After months of arguing between the city of Erie and residents along Greengarden Boulevard, construction finally began today on the residential street's bike lane. Now, Greengarden residents are fighting to keep control of their street parking. Our Tom Kowalski has been on this story again today. Tom, now that the bike lane has finally begun construction, how have views changed on this issue?
Well, Mike, just because the bike lane may have begun construction on Greengarden today doesn't mean residents are willing to give up their parking quite yet, which they mainly use for events like parties and garage sales. Now, residents are calling the lack of parking unconstitutional and hoping they can work with the city to make sure that their parking rights are secured. The Greengarden Boulevard Bike Lane has officially begun construction, but now residents are working to maintain their on-street parking rights.
Last time I checked, this was America. And I think we had a constitution, I think we have a Bill of Rights, and I think we have some rights along with our responsibilities. You can't do that. Grandma falls down, so, the three kids come rushing over. There's going to be 3 cars in front of the house. Should we call the mayor and say there's 3 cars in front of the house? A lot of this stuff is kind of asinine.
City Councilperson Ed Brzezinski says he's working with the Greengarden residents and the city solicitor to secure plans for parking on the street.
The solicitor, Mr. Betts, has been contacted by me. He's going to put together an ordinance to make sure that the folks will not lose their ability to park in front of their house. And as you can see, if you look down the street, they have driveways, but they're worried about backing out of their driveway with this thing too.
But City Solicitor Ed Betsa says it's ultimately up to City Council.
Residents have raised legitimate concerns about parking in the area. There's not significant amounts of parking in the area, but there is important parking in the area. And I think that we could accommodate that without too much difficulty. Ultimately, council is going to have to identify what circumstances would allow people to park, but I'm pretty confident that the group as a whole will reach a sound resolution.
Coming up on Erie News Now at 6, we'll hear from one local biker who lives in the area about how the upcoming bike path will help him and other bicyclists safely get around the city. For now, live in the studio, Tom Kowalski, Erie News Now.